Hello children, welcome once again to your English literature class. I hope all of you are keeping well and taking very good care of yourselves and all the people around you. Be careful, take very good care of your health. So in today's session, we are going to revise the lesson Making a Difference. We have already done the chapter in the class, and I hope by now all of you are very well acquainted with the story of Miti and Mahendra. Let me tell you one thing, children. This lesson is very, very important in today's scenario. You know, people have become irresponsible. We always feel, what do I have to do? Nobody is taking care. I alone cannot do anything. But that's not the truth. We are all a very important part of the planet Earth, and we can all make a difference by doing our jobs diligently and pursuing the common goal, that is the safety of our planet. So in this lesson, we learn about a brother and sister, Miti and Mahendra, who are very sad while returning home from school. They walk dejectedly. They are very quiet. All the other days, the children are very, very excited. They are very active. But one day when they come home, parents see that they are very sad and they have gloomy faces. Now the parents are bothered. They want to know whether they had a difficult day at school or did someone scold them. They are asking them questions, but then the children say that there is something where you cannot help, you cannot do anything. But when the mother keeps on asking, they say that they had a meeting in their school. Now, in your school also, no? In our school we have different clubs, no? For different activities. So Miti and Mahendra, their school also had a science club. And these brother and sister being the members, they had a meeting where they were discussing about the environment and how can we protect our environment, stop the environment from getting polluted. So they kept on thinking, mind-boggling, lot of thinking, brainstorming went on, and then they realized that too much damage has been already done and they can do nothing to save the planet. So their mother listened to them very quietly, and then she tells them that I am going to tell you a story. So this is the story of a man who was walking down a beach. On the beach, this man sees that there are a lot of dying starfish. The previous night, there had been a tide and lot of starfish had been washed to the shore. As the man keeps walking ahead, he sees that there is a small child. And that boy, what was he doing, that small child? He was picking up the starfish and throwing them back into the ocean. And he was panting for breath. No, he was very fast. He was throwing the starfish back into the ocean. So the man comes and tells the boy, you better quit. That means stop doing this. There are thousands of starfish and there is no way that you can make any sort of difference. When the man says this, the boy doesn't stop. He keeps on throwing the starfish, and then he says, I can make a difference to this one and this one and this one. Actually, the boy wants to say that if there are 100 and even if he can throw 50, so he will make a difference at least to the 50 starfish, no, who will be saved. Now, when the man listens, no, he hears what the boy says, he realizes that even biggest lessons of life can be learned sometimes from the smallest people. A small boy teaches a very important and a very valuable lesson to this man, isn't it? So, does he make a difference? Yes, he makes a difference, no? So, dear children, we cannot change everything. You and me, we cannot change everything, no? We are one among the billions and trillions in this world. But we can all make a difference by doing little things that will matter. Sometimes even the small things matter a lot. Okay. So never say that it is not going to make a difference. Your small deed will reflect on others. When your friends see that you are doing something good, maybe he or she will also start doing like you. And then the other one will see and they will be imitating. So gradually we become a role model. And then people start following our footsteps. And in this way, all of us together can make our planet a beautiful and a safe one. It's never too late to begin. Let us start today. Promise to ourselves that we will all make a difference. How? The question is how? That is by doing our duties, fulfilling our responsibilities, doing our job properly. Don't bother whether your relative is doing his work or not, whether he is good or not, he is bad, your friend is bad or she is good, he is bad. Don't worry about petty things. You see what you are doing. Question yourself, reflect. Am I doing my work properly? Am I honest? Am I sincere? So it's time we question ourselves. We question what we are doing, not what others are doing. So on page 135 in your book, you have this exercise, making connections, quick answers. You see some clues are given below to trace the events of Miti and Mahendra's day, and you have to complete the flow chart. On page number 136, you have a flow chart. Okay. So you have to fill the flow chart in order. You have to use the clues and trace the events. What happened first? Now the first one is like Miti and Mahendra. On the flow chart, the first one is done. You can write it down with your pencil. Miti and Mahendra attend a science club meeting at school. That is number 1. After that, Miti and Mahendra walk home together. That's the second point. Third, Miti and Mahendra are not excited about food. And after this, what happens? Their parents ask Miti and Mahendra if they have been quarreling. The children tell their parents why they are dejected. Parents keep asking, no, and then they tell why they are dejected. And finally, their mother tells them a story which makes their mood, no, which lifts their mood. Okay. Page 136, just check all of it. You have this flow chart. So this is where you will be writing down all the events in order. Now you will put a tick against the sentences that are true and a cross against those that are false. Miti and Mahendra usually quarreled on the way home from school. Okay? Correct? Then the beach was covered with jellyfish. No, it is starfish. Okay? Please correct it. It will be starfish. So number A and B both are wrong. Miti and Mahendra, they never quarreled, no? They had lively notes. They used to exchange lively notes. And the second one will be starfish. So number 1 and 2, that is A and B, both will be cross. I hope you have done with your pencil. Number C, Miti and Mahendra cared about the environment. That's true. Put a tick. And Mahendra was fond of ice candy. This is also true. Okay. So the first 2 are untrue. You put a cross. They are false, and C and D are true. After this, you will see you have questions and answers in your book. I have already done the question and answers with you. You must have got the assignment also. So we will move ahead to word wall. Add a prefix. Prefix is a group of letters which you put before a word. Okay. And this group of words, when it is put before the word, it changes the meaning. Like kind, when you add un, un is the prefix, you add un, it becomes unkind. That is the opposite of kind, okay? Legal, you add il in front of legal, it becomes illegal. So all these words are changing to their opposites when we are adding a prefix. Happy becomes unhappy. Natural, unnatural, possible, impossible, and literal becomes illiterate. Then you have grammar time on page 138. Reported speech. Now what is reported speech? You report to someone, no? You tell someone. From the word report itself you can understand. Reported means you're reporting it to someone. Telling. So we use reported speech to report or tell someone what another person has said. It is also called indirect speech. Suppose the teacher in your class has told you, complete your homework. Okay, and your friend is absent for the online class. So when your friend is asking you, what did ma'am say in the class today? You will tell him, ma'am told us to complete our homework. So that is reported speech. You are reporting what the teacher told to your friend. You are not quoting the exact words. Okay, when you tell your friend, ma'am told complete your homework, then that complete your homework is direct speech. When the speaker's own words are used in quotation marks, we call it direct speech. Okay, if you say ma'am said do your homework, that do your homework is direct speech. But when you say ma'am told us to do our homework, that becomes indirect speech or reported speech. Here, when you change a sentence from direct to indirect speech, what happens? There are certain rules, to change a sentence from direct to indirect speech. The tense changes from its present to past form. Like, is repairing changes to was repairing, are playing changes to were playing. The driver is repairing his car. The driver was. The tense, how will it change? Suppose you are telling, grandfather said. Grandmother is repairing the car. Okay. And if you put it in reported speech, grandfather said that grandmother was repairing the car. The teacher said the children are playing. Then you go and tell your friend, no, the teacher told that the children were playing. So tense changes from present to past form. It is continuous, it remains continuous. Okay. Repairing will not become repaired or playing will not become played. It will remain playing. The auxiliary verb, the is will become was, are becomes verb. Pronouns also change. I changes to he, we changes to they. The teacher said, I am going to punish you. So you will say the teacher told that she was going to punish us. She was. Okay. You will not say the teacher told I am going to punish. I will change to he or she and we will change to they. Now you can see on page 140 they have given you match the sentences to get a direct and indirect pair. Okay. This way you will be able to understand, okay, what the changes are. See, number one, I am reading, said grandfather. It will become grandfather said that he was reading. See, I has become he and am became was. So tense has also changed and the pronoun has also changed. Same way, number two, grandmother is reading, said grandfather. That changes to grandfather said that grandmother was reading. Grandmother is noun. It is not a pronoun. So there is no change. Okay. Is will become was. Number three, we are reading, said grandfather. Grandfather said that they were reading. We would become they. And again, change in tense. We are cooking, said Sheila. Sheila said that they were cooking. We becomes they and are becomes were. I am cooking, said Sheila. So I will become she. Sheila said that she was cooking. The last one, he is cooking, said Sheila. Sheila said that he was cooking. Okay, because he, you cannot change him to she. No, he will remain he only. So that would be all for today's class. I hope you don't have any more doubts regarding your lessons. So read your chapter well, Learn the new words and their meanings. Improve your vocabulary and language skills. Take very good care of yourselves and be safe. Thank you and a big God bless.